Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today it is New Year's Eve and it's 7 o'clock in the night and I'm recording this video. I was going to do it earlier, but the thing was that we were not planning to do anything. We were going to stay home and just receive the New Year's here, but last minute we changed plans and we're actually going to go to my aunt's house. So I'm going to get ready really quick and I'm just going to talk to you guys. It's going to be a story time, pretty much. But ignore anything that you hear in the background. It's going to be Jaden. He's right here playing. Valerie just came in the room. And I think there's a cricket in my room. You guys can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I think there's a cricket in here. So, let's get to it. Alright. So, whoa, you guys can see my face is all red. I don't know why. I have like a rash. I don't know why. You guys can see that? I have like a rash. I don't know why, but I do. Alright, so this story time is about, it was actually last year today, on on New Year's Eve. Chris and I decided that we were going to stay home and receive the New Year's here. So Jaden stayed with us. It was Jaden, Chris, and I. And Valerie had left with my mom to my sister's house. And I was pregnant with Aubrey. I was in my first trimester. So I was not feeling like all that good. And that's another reason why we stayed home. You know, I had morning sickness and all that stuff. And I wasn't feeling good. So we stayed home. And that day, Jaden was like a year and like 4 months, 5 months, something like that. It was like probably like at 10 at night. And Chris was watching a movie in the living room. And Jaden was in the room with me. I was trying to put him to sleep already because he was kind of fuzzy. So I was in the room with Jaden and Chris was watching a movie in the living room. And last year, there was some people living here at the house with us. And one of them was still here while Chris was watching a movie, and he was in here like in his room or whatnot, and he would go outside and come back inside and all that. And then while Chris was watching the movie, that guy left, and he had keys obviously to the house and everything. So Chris figured out that he had locked the door and everything. So the movie finished and Chris turned everything off and came into the room like with us, with Jaden and I. And Chris came into the room with Jaden and I. Oh my god, my eyebrows are so ugly. Hold up, let me do my eyebrows and I'll tell you guys right now. Let me do my... Okay, my eyebrows are not coming out today. I don't know why. Ever had those days where you need to go somewhere and your makeup doesn't come out at all? Like, it's just not working with you? Well, this is one of those days. Look at my eyebrows. What is this? What is this? But I gotta hurry up because we gotta go. So, whatever. So, as I was saying, so the movie finished and Chris turned the TV off, turned the light off, and he came to the room. So we're in the room and we're in the room probably for like 15 minutes or something like that. We're looking for a movie and we're just talking, and then we found a movie. He was about to put on the movie and I was like, you know what, hold up, let me go pee really fast and then we'll put it. So I went outside of the room and everything was off. So I noticed that my mom's room had the light on, like from under the bed. From under the door you could see that the light was on. And I was like, you know, so I had to pee really bad. So I just went inside the restroom and whatever. I did what I had to do. And then I came out and the light was off already from the room. So I was thinking my mom or my dad had come back and to get something or whatever. So I walked over to the living room and I noticed that everything was off, but the doors, we have a black door and then a white door. Well, both doors were like wide open and everything was off. So I was like, what? Like, that shit. Like, my parents are the kind of, like, they always want everything on, like, closed, like, they don't like leaving stuff, like, wide open like that. Especially, like, in the night, and then everything off and the door wide open. So it was so weird for me to find the doors wide open. So I turned on the light in the living room, and I closed the doors, and I tried to open my mom's room because I was thinking like probably someone came in the house and was in my mom's room, probably took something and they left. So I was thinking whoever tried to break in or whoever was inside the house was out already. So I tried to open my mom's room and the door was locked. And I was like, what? So I called my mom and I was like, did you guys come to the house? And then she was like, no. And I was like, and she's like, why? And I was like, and I told her like everything, like, oh, I went to the restroom and your light was on, and then I'm right here in the kitchen, and I tried to open your door, but it's locked. And then she was like, no, like, we haven't gone over there, like, try opening it, like, there's some keys right there, like, some spare keys, like, try opening the door. And I was like, alright. So Chris was in the room with Jaden, like, because he was in the kitchen with me for a little bit. And then when I called my mom, he went back to the room with Jaden, but he had the door open. So then I was talking to my mom, and I was telling her, oh, which ones are the keys. And then she's telling me which ones are the keys, and I'm right here trying to open the door. And it wouldn't open, like I couldn't open it. I couldn't find the keys. And then I was telling her, well, I can't open. And then she's like, try another one. So I'm right there trying keys. And then out of nowhere, I put, like, I had the phone like this, and then I hold on to the doorknob, and with this hand I was trying to like put in the key and open. And when I did that, like I felt somebody moving the doorknob from the inside. So I was like, what? Like I was like, what? Like, and then the door opened, and a lady came out of the room, like from my mom's room. Like everything was dark, and she came out of her room, and I was like, she scared me because the door opened, everything was dark inside, and then this lady just pops out of nowhere. So she did scare me, and I did scream, and then not like super loud, but I did scream because she scared me. And that's when Chris, oh, and then I was like, who the are you, you know? And then Chris heard me, so he ran out to the kitchen, and then Chris still seen the lady, and the lady was coming out of my mom's room. The lady had a plastic bag full of stuff, like, and then she had like my mom's jacket. Like she was pointing at me, like if she had something, but she had my mom's jacket over her hand. So supposedly she had a gun and everything, and she was pointing it at me. So when Chris came out, he left Jaden in the room because he just heard me scream or whatever. And he went, and then he was like, he got in front of me because the lady was like, I was walking a little bit back. I had already clicked because once like I seen the lady, I just clicked the phone, and then I was trying to talk to the lady or whatever. And then Chris went, and Chris got like right in front of me and was telling the lady like to relax or whatever. Like she was trying to walk out of the house with like the stuff. And Chris was like, whatever, you know, like, take whatever you want to take, just take it, but get out of the house. Like, Chris was more scared at the fact that I was pregnant and, you know, Jaden was in the room and this crazy lady is, like, inside the house. So, I was more like, obviously I was not going to get in a fight with her because, you know, I was pregnant. And that lady, to be honest with you guys, she looked like she was on something. Like, she was on something. Because her eyes, the way she was just, like staring. Like, I don't know. She looked scary. She was, like, big. She was big, and she had, like, this curly hair, like, long hair, curly hair. And she had a jacket on, and some jeans. And she looked creepy. She looked scary. So, I know she was on something. And, so Chris was like, you know what, like walking in front of her, kind of making her, like, leading her, like, towards the door for her to leave. And the lady kept pointing that thing supposedly to me, supposedly that gun or whatever. But I knew she had no gun because I'm like, why would she be hiding the gun if she had a gun? You know? So I told Chris, I'm like, man, I was like, man, you know, like my language, whatever. I'm like, she don't have anything. Like, I'm like, she don't even have a gun. And then the lady was like, oh, okay, you want to see it? You want to see that I do? And I'm like, you don't have nothing. I'm like, and I'm like, man, this, whatever, whatever. I was just going off. And I was scared because I had Jaden. And then the lady was like, I do have something. And like, there's some people waiting for me inside a car, like outside. And if I don't come out, they're going to come in and this and that. And I was like, and then Chris was just trying to get the lady out. And he was just like, okay, well, whatever, you know, just take whatever you want, but get out. And then the lady, you know, she got out of the house. And as soon as she got out, because Chris didn't have no shoes on. So as soon as the lady got out, like, Chris came in the room fast, got his shoes, and he ran out, like, in back of the lady. And that's when, like, I called the police. And the police was asking me like all sorts of questions, and then my dad got here because he was like, what happened, you know, like you just clicked, like did somebody come in the house and all this. So I was telling him, I was on the phone with the police, and then the police, they were like, they had me on hold that they were sending somebody. They were just asking me like all these questions, but I didn't even know where Chris was at, like that he had just gotten out of the house and I couldn't see him. Like I went like outside to the street and I couldn't see where he was at. So the police, and then like a little bit after, my neighbor came, and she told me that her son had left with Chris, and I guess she went after them or something, and she told me that they had the lady like a block away from the house. And I was still on the phone with the cops, with the police, with the whatever dispatcher, and the police was still nowhere in sight. So like a little bit after, Chris got back with the neighbor, and he had the bag that the lady was trying to take, and he had the jacket, he had everything that the lady had. And he got home, and I was still on the phone with the police. The police was nowhere in sight. The police took forever to get here, probably like 20 minutes or more, probably like even 30 minutes to get here. So, and then Chris told me that they followed the lady and they found her, and that they took the stuff away from her, obviously. My skin looks so red. So you see how it looks kind of blends here? It doesn't blend, but it matches more than down here because my face is so red. I don't know why. Chris said that they had the lady, they follow her or whatever. She was walking like that way from the house, and when he got out of the house, he asked the neighbor like if he had seen the lady, and then the neighbor the neighbor told him that she had walked that way. So Chris kind of told her, oh, because she whatever, like a brief story of what happened, and the neighbor went with him. So they got the lady, and they said that they got the stuff away from her, and they were right there trying to hold her down, not like on the floor, but trying to hold her for her not to leave. And they were waiting for the police to get there, and the police never showed up. Like I'm telling you guys, the police took like over 30 minutes to get here, like literally. And so the lady, Chris said that the lady started like kind of screaming, like acting like they were trying to do something to her. And obviously it was two guys and the lady, and that, you know, people were trying to look at them like funny and shit, like acting like they were doing something bad. And the lady was saying that she had to get home to her kids and all this stuff, but obviously she was on something, man. She was on something. And to make story short, they ended up just letting her go and coming back with the stuff. And he got home and he had the bag, and then a while after the police came. And, you know, the police came inside the house and they seen, like, went in the room where the lady was at. The drawers were open. What? I cannot say the word. They were open. And they were all open. Clothes were out on the bed. And she left this thing, like this first aid kit type of thing. Like this first aid kit box with perfumes inside. So obviously those perfumes were not ours. that just shows that the lady went in other people's houses because she had perfumes and like a watch or something like that from like that didn't belong to us. So she went in some other houses as well. So the police took pictures of stuff and they made a report. And well, Chris told them that he had followed her and he had like all the stuff that she had took. So they got the bag and they took pictures of everything. And they got a description of her, but honestly, I don't think they ever found her. And she inside the bag, there were like my mom's watches, some rings, and my mom had some phones that she no longer used, and she had those cell phones in there. She had a wallet, some wallet that my mom, she has a couple wallets, and a strainer, a curling iron, the jacket. She was taking like lots of things. Oh, a camera. She was taking like a lot of stuff. But well, Chris got it back, and the police just took pictures of it and, made a report and called it a night. And yeah, that was it. My parents ended up going back to the party, and we came home. We were home, and we just stayed home and continued our night. But that was scary, you guys. That was scary when that lady just popped out of nowhere. And to be honest with you guys, like after that happened, like for a week, I was like a little paranoid. Like I didn't like going inside rooms where it was like dark. Now it's like I always make sure that the doors are locked before coming inside the room and all that, because I'm like, imagine it would have been like someone else, like a guy or someone that actually had a gun on him. Like that would have been scary, And people are crazy nowadays. You never know what their intentions are. Like now that I think about it, I'm like, I told Chris like after that happened, like, and we're talking about it, like about what had happened, and I was like, man, you should have like hit her or something, and we should have kept her like in the house and called the police and this and that. But Chris, he just wanted to get her out of the house because obviously Jaden was here. I was pregnant, and he just wanted to get her out of the house. And obviously, it always happens like that. You don't think about stuff until after. You're like, oh, well, we should have done this. We should have done that. So you don't think about it when it happens. It is better, like, that we just got her out of the house, instead of doing something, because we don't really know how this would have ended. And then my mom, she had bought, they gave her, I don't know, but she had a knife, like some knives in her room, like in one of her cajones, one of her drawers. She had like a set of knives, and I don't know, it's crazy how she didn't find them, because she was like looking through like her drawers and everything. So it was just crazy that she didn't find them, and I'm glad she didn't, because imagine she would have come out with a big ass knife, and it was scary. But yeah, that's how our New Year's ended, or happened, whatever happened last year, and here we are, a year after. I'm glad nothing worse happened, and we're all here. But yeah, you guys, I don't know why these kids, like, if I were to be in the living room and Chris would have been here in the room, the kids would have been right there in the living room with me. But I come inside the room, and here they come. Like, why? Like, does that happen to you guys? Where the dad is in the living room? Like, Chris is in the living room. We're all in the living room. He's on one couch. I'm on one couch. And all the kids are on the same couch as me. And Chris is right there by himself. Like, no one's bugging him or nothing. And then you know, like, or we're in the living room, they're playing, watching TV, whatever, and I'm just there on the couch, you know, doing nothing, and I get up, go to the restroom, and as soon as I go in the restroom, I start hearing, "Mommy, where are you? Mommy, where are you? Mommy, I need this. Mommy, I want water. Mommy, this and that." And it's like, can't I go to the restroom? Like, I'm sitting down right next to you guys, and you guys don't need anything, don't want anything. You guys are pretty much in your own little world, watching TV, playing. But as soon as I go into the restroom, everybody has to use the restroom, drink water. They're hungry all of a sudden. It's just like, "Mommy, where are you?" And Chris is sitting down on the couch. And while they're asking me in the restroom over the door, and they're asking me for water, or they're telling me they're hungry, or they're telling me anything, Chris is on the couch, sitting down, unbothered, because these kids don't bother him. They go and bother me. Like, what? Why? Like, right now, I'm doing my makeup inside the room, and these two kids are playing in here. And what is Chris doing? He's in the living room watching TV. Well, he's holding up. She fell asleep, but
Okay. Could you see it showing color?
yes. So yeah, guys, this is it for this video. That is how our New Year's Eve from last year went. And yeah, it is already 7:50, so we gotta go. We gotta run out and go. By the way, I'm vlogging, so I will show you guys this video later on. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys on the next one. Ignore my lip. I need to fix it, but I'll see you guys on the next one.